Do you want to get hired as a writer? Maybe you are hiring a writer yourself. Here are 10 traits of a hireable writer. The first is that they are all about business. It's not that they're not friendly, but they keep all of their communication focused on the work that you're doing together. The second trait is that they know how to keep things brief. This is really related to the first one. They're not rambling on excessively about things. Again, you can be friendly, you can add fun anecdotes, but everything is brought back to the task at hand very quickly because they know how to communicate concisely and briefly. The next step is that they try something before they ask a question. So there's nothing wrong with asking questions. We all ask questions. But a hireable writer knows to experiment a little bit and try different things related to anything that they're struggling with before they ask for help, because then they have more knowledge when they do ask a question. They can say, hey, I already tried this and it's still not working. And then, find out from someone more experienced, what they're doing wrong. But they've tried things first, or they're coming from a place of experimenting and curiosity rather than coming off as lazy and that they'd rather ask a question instead of trying it themselves. The next trait is that they share their own practices related to writing to help others strengthen their own systems and processes. So processes, it's an interesting plural word. But yeah, if they see that they're working in an environment that is lacking a bit in the organization department, or that they just have a helpful trick that they always use, they share them in a very friendly, casual way. It's not a know-it-all thing. It's looking for ways to be helpful. The next quality is that they take ownership for everything that they do. They're not constantly blaming other people. They're not making excuses. Whatever is going on, they are very willing and quick to take responsibility for their part in the situation. The next trait is that they choose kindness, and this is also related to keeping things about work and keeping things brief. There's no reason to say anything bad about anyone else. There's no reason to rant or have a meltdown in every interaction that they do, since they're keeping it focused on the work and they want to bring it back to the work. It's easy to just be kind with what they're doing, or be kind, regardless of what type of situation is going on around them. The next trait is that they do what they say they're going to do every time. They're not flaky. They get their work done, and they're really a stable, reliable force within the creative industry that we're working in, because creativity can be very chaotic at times, and it can be very busy. But if you do what you say you're going to do every time, you're a solid rock. And it's really nice to work with someone who is reliable. And so that makes you hireable. We got 3 more. I did 7. The next trait of a hireable writer is that you don't just meet your deadlines, you give deadlines to someone else if they haven't given a deadline. Well, it's rather you give yourself a deadline if someone else hasn't done it. So if someone says, hey, I need this, you tell that person when you're going to complete that work, because then it allows you to do what you say you're going to do. But don't leave things open-ended. If someone asks you to do something but they don't give you a specific deadline, give them the deadline that you are going to meet it by. Again, just a great quality of a coworker. We got 2 more. The next one is that you finish your work early. Now, we all get overwhelmed with deadlines sometimes and have to finish things at the last minute, and sometimes even late. It happens. But a hireable writer is going to consistently make a conscious effort to finish their draft early. Again, this is why they come off as professional, and this is why they come off as reliable, because you know that that work is going to be turned in on time. And the last quality is that they don't hand off fact checking. A hireable writer is going to make sure that they turned in the most polished, accurate work possible, even if they aren't the editor on the project. They're still going to take responsibility for their work and do the appropriate fact checking, and not just pass it off to someone else whose job is officially editor or fact checker. So you can see how they really all tie together to create this complete package of a hireable writer. So now it is your turn. Give this video a thumbs up or give it a thumbs down. Subscribe to the channel or unsubscribe. And if you are still with me, I will talk with you soon.